This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, Kumar, the floor is yours. After his
Okay.
presentation, if anybody wants to pop on with their cameras and ask questions and have discussions, feel free to do so. Okay, Kumar, all you.
All right. Thank you, Crystal. Hello, everyone. It's good that I can talk to you now. It was a very brief description of our company when I introduced our company in the first round. And I'm going to give you a little bit more information about our company. Some of you might already know our company, but some may not be familiar with our company. So I'll do a very short presentation giving you some information about us. And then I will be open to any questions or any conversation. And if you think that you want to continue the conversation, please feel free to contact us, send us an email, and we can either contact by email, phone, or Zoom, and we can continue talking to each other. So I'll start with the basic questions you might have about our company: who we are, where we are located, what are our products, and who are our customers. So I'll quickly go through some of the next slides, and that'll give you an idea about us. We are the manufacturer of aircraft system training products. Typical A&P programs would use our products, and we also develop computer-based training courseware that is useful for Part 147 program. And under the current situation where the emphasis is shifting towards e-learning, at least for the topics that can be learned on students their own, so we can help in providing the courseware for that kind of training. So we have customers, both civil and military, in various countries, 35 countries at least, maybe more. And our customer count is more than 130. We have very good experience in developing training systems for the youth in aircraft maintenance training program, and that's what we have been doing for the last 25 years. We are an ISO certified company, although this was not needed for our line of business, but we preferred to get the ISO certification because we want to produce quality products, we want to maintain our quality, and we want to keep on improving our quality. So that's why we voluntarily decided that we should have ISO 9001 certification. And it has been more than 7 years since we have that certification, and we are doing everything to maintain and improve on our certification. These are our biggest asset, the people that work for our company. And we are proud of our people for doing a quality job, doing the best they can to produce products that our customers like. And we are really happy to have a very good team of workers and employees that are really, really good at their job. These are some of our people at work. This is the inside our production floor, so you can see people at work. And of course, this doesn't really show all the activities that go on, but it's just a glimpse of what is going on or what goes on our production floor. We also receive a lot of visitors from many countries before they purchase or before we deliver our products to them. And we have hosted so many visitors from many countries, and that's a regular feature. And this picture shows a sample of the visitors to our company. We are located in 2 places. Flint is the main location, and we have a location in Toledo, Ohio as well. The Flint location is the main head office, as well as the production facility for avionics, electrical, and instrument trainers. And the Toledo facility is for all the mechanical systems, aircraft system trainers, and the aircraft power plant trainers. This is our location in Flint, Michigan, and we we have expanded in the last couple of years. So we have expanded our facility to the fullest possible extent that was allowed by the building code in our township. Our products can be divided into 4 broad categories: aircraft system trainers, the power plant trainers, avionics system trainers, and the computer-based training courseware. And within these categories, we have a long list of trainers that we produce. So I'm going to go give you a quick overview of those trainers by showing you some of the visuals of those trainers. Our customers are located in 35 countries, and some of these countries are listed here. And as I mentioned, we have more than 135 customers worldwide. For aircraft system trainers, we have 22 or more products. For engine-related trainers, we have more than 33 products. And for avionics and instruments, we have more than 26 products. These are the counts that were good last year. We have added a few more trainers. So we continuously update and add more training devices to our list of offerings. Computer-based training is the courseware that we have developed. We have been doing that for the last 14 years, even before there was any indication of acceptance of CBT courseware or online learning or e-learning by FAA, EASA, or any other aviation organization. But this was a decision that we took more than 14 years ago, because we knew that the technology is making inroads into all kinds of trainings, and aircraft maintenance training is no exception. Even though there was a lot of resistance, or there is still a lot of resistance for e-learning, but I think the technology will find its way into A&P programs as well. This is a collage of some of our trainers that we have built in the past. And I'll just scroll through the screen just to give you the variety and the range of products that we have been building. And it is a mix of aircraft system trainers, engine-related trainers, and avionics trainers that will be later. So I'm just scrolling through some of the images of the trainers. And from these images, these are avionics and instruments trainers. From these images, probably you can see the width and the depth of the trainers that we make. We make very, very basic trainers as well as quite complicated trainers. So, and we do have a list of customized trainers that we have built in the past based on the specific requirements of our customers. So if you don't see anything in our catalog on our website, and if you need something built, please let us know, and we can figure out how to meet your requirement. So again, you can see a lot of new systems based on the current technology and based on what is out in the field for the students when they go out after finishing their program. What they will actually see is what is in our training systems. Now I come to the CBT related part. We have CBTs which can be divided into 4 types. The basic CBT, very basic concepts, very basic topics, just the introduction to the underlying principles of what they will learn in their later stage in the A&P program. The ATA CBTs relating to systems of large commercial aircraft. EASA Part 66 CBTs, which are configured based on the EASA modules 1 through 17. And we also have special topics or customized CBT based on the requirement from our customers. I would also like to mention about the EASA Part 66 CBT that one might get the impression that these are the CBTs that comply with the European requirements and don't have much to do with FAA 147 requirements. But if you look at the 2 curriculums, you will find a lot of overlap between the requirements and the topics and the curriculum of EASA 147 and FAA 147. we developed the contents and we structured them into EASA format because their modules are defined, very clearly structured. So we put those contents in that structure. But based on the requirement from any school, based on what they're teaching, how their curriculum structure is, we can reconfigure it, because the main effort, main thing about the e-learning is the contents. We have the contents. Packaging it in any fashion, in any format is not the problem. So that's why even if we get a requirement from a school in USA, we can quickly configure the CBD contents in the way that they would like to see. So based on the categorization that I just mentioned, there's a basic CBT modules which cover the essential knowledge or the foundation knowledge that the students must have for understanding the more detailed topics. And these are the modules that represent those basic contents. Then we have the ATA CBTs arranged in ATA structure, and these are the list of major, all the major systems of the aircraft, and these are included in our CBT. Then we have the EASA 66 syllabus CBTs, which are again divided into various modules, module 1 through module 17. That starts with very basic contents, math and physics, electrical fundamentals, and then moves on to aircraft systems for turbine aircraft, aircraft system for piston or light aircraft, helicopter systems and helicopter aerodynamics and structures, and propulsion and the engines. So it covers everything that is taught in a typical A&P program, and we are very happy to claim that we have the contents, most of the contents that are taught in an A&P program. We have been working on it for the last 14 years, as I said. So we have gone through a lot of transitions during this whole process. We have transitioned through various technologies for delivery of the contents, e-learning contents. We have evolved from very basic contents that were initially developed, very basic presentation, to a more visually rich methodologies. And now we are also focusing on adding interactivity in our CBTs. So the students is not just a passive learner, but student participates in the learning process. The other thing we are also considering and starting to develop is online labs. In this situation that we are in at this time because of the pandemic, many schools cannot accommodate the number of students that are enrolled in their program, so they cannot be present in campus. And of course, that is affecting their ability to do the required lab work. So we are trying to identify those areas where the labs can be done either online or in campus over a computer, so that some of the requirements are met, and that reduce the possibility or the requirement of the student to be in campus. And we are in the process of identifying those and in the process of developing those labs. So that's going to be a long process, long in a sense that it will take a few months to develop. I wish we had that available now so that we could offer it to the schools. But actually, it's something which is very time consuming, requires a lot of thought, and requires a lot of programming effort. So I hope that we will be able to create some of those labs in the coming months. And of course, even if the requirement or the situation because of pandemic improves, it'll still be a very good resource for the schools to use for the purpose of conducting simulated labs. So moving on to the other services that we offer, we can develop customized training solutions for our customers. Some of these schools, they have a current program, they want to enhance the program, they want to improve the program, they want to be able to accommodate more students in the program. So those are the areas where we talk to our customers and try to come up with the most effective solution, both in terms of economical options, as well as in terms of practical options. So we work with our customers to provide them ideas and suggestions that can achieve their objective. So this was a very quick and brief overview of what we are, who we are, what we are doing, and what we can offer to your school. There is information, contact information, and as I said in the beginning, if you want to continue the conversation, if you are interested in anything that we do or offer, please contact us, and then we can have a further detailed conversation about it. There is one more thing I would like to cover, which is not covered in this presentation. Some of our customers have given us the feedback that the prices of our trainers are higher than what is available from other sources. I can briefly explain what is behind our prices. We do not work the pricing of our trainers backward, like we do not have a price first and then we try to figure out how we are going to build it. We are very conscious about the quality and the capability of our system, so we first look at what is required, how it is to be done, and how we can produce a very good quality product. And then we work through and try to figure out what's the best way to do it while keeping the cost low. But at the end, whatever is the ultimate cost based on our labor, material, and the quality requirements, that's the price and we try to come up with the best possible pricing within the cost structure that we have. As I mentioned, the workforce is our biggest asset, and we try to take care of our workers by giving them decent wages. We also take care of our customer by using quality parts, because all these trainers are built using aircraft parts, and within the aircraft parts, there are so many variations in terms of the condition of those parts. So we try to use parts that are going to last longer, which are good in both appearance and in functionality, and which will serve the customer for a long time without any problem. And we try to minimize our overheads. So we do our best to produce a quality product within the lowest possible price. But at the end, we cannot really come down to a level which does not reflect the price that which does not reflect the quality that we want to produce. I also want to mention that this, for the last 4 years, we have had projects where one single customer bought products worth more than $1 million. So for last 4 years, we have been having one single order more than $1 million, in $1 million to $2 million range. And those customers, they don't throw away their money just without due diligence. They look at our capabilities, they look at our products, they look at what they will get in return for what they are spending, and then based on all that due diligence, they choose us. So for the last 4 years, we have had one single customer, one single order for $1 million plus, and we are on track to get one more this year. So that'll make it 5 years in a row. That is a quick explanation about the pricing structure, and that's one of the main feedbacks that I hear from our customers, and I assure them that what they're paying for is what is worth the value for money. It may not be the cheapest, but perhaps it is the best that they will get. So with that, I will stop talking, and I will really be very happy to have a conversation with you. So please feel free to ask any question or any additional information that you would like to have at this time and later. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can unmute yourself, or Crystal will have to do that.
Anybody who has any questions or wants to continue discussion, you are free to unmute yourself or turn on your webcam and continue that.
Okay, in case there are no questions or we still have time, I would like to show you some of the samples of the CBTs. I'm sure many of you would be interested in getting an idea as to how those CBTs look like and how we present the courseware to the students. So I have a few quick samples to show to you. So if there's no question, please allow me to proceed with the demonstration of some of the CBTs. As I mentioned, we have the entire curriculum for the aircraft maintenance training, so it's hard to show you everything, and that was the plan. If we were there physically, if the actual meeting happened, we would have brought to you the complete CBT package so you can get a good idea about what we have. But in this short time and over this virtual method, I can show you very quick samples of some of the contents that we have. So I'll start with the basic contents, and I'll share the screen with you. This is Theory of Flight from the general subject, and it does have the narration so that the student don't really have to read the text, because we wanted to make this courseware different from a textbook. We wanted the students to have a different experience compared to the textbook. So we have narration for each page so that the student don't spend time in reading the text, but they have more focus on looking at the visual contents. So I'll just scroll through the various pages of this CBT, and as you can see, there is some degree of interactivity in the presentation. Again, I can create some interactivity here. So this is the basic aerodynamics topic. I'm just scrolling through the screens without really waiting for the whole animation to finish, because I'm afraid if I just get stuck on one CBT, you will not be able to see the other topics. So I'm just scrolling through various screens to show you quickly. And that's it. Now the next would be the helicopter aerodynamics. As you can see, there is a lot of high quality graphics, and that's the most time consuming and most expensive part in a CBT, because these graphics are done by a team of graphic developers who have spent years in creating all the graphics that we needed for these contents. And as you can see on the right side, we have tried in all the CBT screens that the text should be as minimum as possible. Of course, it has to cover the description of the visual, but at the same time, we try to minimize and we try to make the text as simple as possible, because one of our audience is, majority of our audience so far is are people who don't speak English as their native language. So we try to simplify the text. We try to keep the text to the minimum, so it's very easy for them to understand. The next sample I'm going to show you is from the aircraft ice and rain protection system, and all these contents are spread over so many number of screens, and there are thousands and thousands of screens to cover the entire curriculum. Okay, so that's it. And now something about the power plant. So this is a module on turbine engine, and this again has more than 17 topics, and there are hundreds of pages to explain the turbine engine to the students. The good thing about these courseware is that you can also, as an instructor, you can use these in the classroom as a presentation aid. And if you are using these as a presentation tool, one of the presentation methods, then when the students review this, they will see the same thing that they saw in the class, and they will be able to recall what the instructor told them, which is not here in the CBT screen, but looking at the image, they can recall the classroom session, and they can remember many other things that are not on the CBT, but they were taught to them or they were discussed by the instructor. So again, going through the screens quickly, just to give you a quick look at the contents. And after this, I will have one more to show. This is concerning the instruments. So as you can see, we do have the inner view or the working principle of some of the instruments, so it is easy for the students to understand in detail as to how these things work. And I believe I have just 4 minutes, so I'll quickly finish this up. And again, I invite you to ask questions if you have any, and if you would like to get in touch, please contact us on the email shown here on the screen. And thank you very much for attending the session, and I really appreciate your presence, and I'll be very happy to answer any question you may have now or later. Thank you so much. I cannot hear anyone, so I don't know if there's any difficulty in enabling your mic, but as I said, if you're unable to ask question now because of any technical reason or because of the time, please feel free to contact us, and we'll be very happy to discuss this further with you. Thank you so much. You can also type questions.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah. If you have any question and you are unable to use your mic, please type your question. That way also I can get your questions.
Yeah, you can also use the chat. I don't know, Sam, if your chat went to Kamar or not. But it says, do you ever use talking head video tutorials in your courses?
Do you ever use talking head video tutorials in your course?
So like people on video.
I'm sorry, I did not understand the term talking head.
So I think he means like, you know, actual people chatting.
Oh,
like
okay. No, at this time, we don't have that provision. We do have a learning management system that can facilitate that. I did not mention during the presentation that we do have a proprietary learning management system that is used for the purpose of managing the students, for creating reports and exams. And that is where we can include that feature. But at this time, we don't, because we thought it is not really a critical feature.
Okay, any other questions for Kamar before we turn it over to Steve? Okay, and then Kamar, I'm guessing if people want a copy of this presentation, I would make note of Kamar